There we go. All right. Very good. All right, we're recording. I'll let Hunter take it from there because he is a freaking rock star. And you should all tell your friends to come join these classes because it's helping people because he knows what he's doing. So that's all I got. That's my intro. All right, everybody. If you need anything from me, I'll be around all day. If you don't need anything from me, that's okay too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Follow Up Boss Friday, or Follow Up Friday, as we like to call it here at Century 21 Masters. I'm your host, Hunter Kaywood, and I'm our head of Inside Sales. And today I'm going to be talking about LP Mama, which is an acronym for Location, Price, Motivation, Agent, Mortgage, and Address. And it's a really great prospecting technique that you can use in following up with your database, but also cold calling and essentially being efficient in terms of keeping your notes, leading the conversation in the direction you want to go, and ultimately getting the information that you need to successfully qualify a lead and make sure that you're working with somebody who's actually going to bring you money at the end of the day. And so, instead of just talking a little bit about it, first off, let me give you an idea of today's format. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about LP Mama. I'm going to show you, the document, show you how it works in and of itself. We'll role play a couple conversations with LP Mama. And from there, we'll move, as we do with every Friday, the last 10, 15 minutes of today's course. We'll just leave it to you guys, where you guys can ask me anything, regarding LP Mama, regarding Follow Up Boss, YLOPO, or any of our technologies within our tech stack. So without further ado, let's get into LP Mama. And here is LP Mama. This is what I'm talking about specifically. LP Mama is essentially a client qualification cheat sheet that you can use while you're prospecting. And you're probably asking, why would I use this, or why is this important? Well, there's a variety of reasons. One of the number one biggest reasons why I use LP Mama on a regular basis is because time is money. You want to be efficient with your conversations. You want to make sure that you're getting enough information in that conversation to understand, am I working with a buyer who is going to, has real potential of buying something? Am I working with a seller who has a strong motivation that, for example, if I go over to their house, I have a very strong chance of signing a listing agreement. And then, beyond that, in terms of time being money, and being efficient with that conversation, what's really important about this and essentially taking notes in this format is it's a game changer when it comes to follow-up. It's very, very important. So you think about it, you make a intro conversation with a lead that you cold call here in March, and, they tell you that, hey, I'm going to be looking to sell my home come August. We're just waiting on this, on that. Okay, great. You will obviously, during that conversation, you want to pull out as much information as possible so that in that next follow-up conversation, you have your notes. They're already logged in Follow Up Boss for you. You know exactly what their motivation was, why they're planning to move, what their home looks like, and what they're looking for in their next home. And that makes the conversation so much smoother in that follow-up because you have that rapport, you have that, it's clear that you remember them. It's clear that you have had that connection the first time. A big mistake that a lot of agents make is they cold call, don't take any notes, don't leave any notes, and then they pull these people into their database and they follow up with them, and the second conversation is just as it's fresh as the first conversation. It shouldn't be that way. When you're calling or following up with a lead, it needs to be like, we've already established this relationship. I know you. I know what you're looking for. I'm an expert, and I'm going to provide you value today. So essentially, just kind of give you guys an idea about how this works. Essentially, is you're prospecting, you get someone on the phone and you start talking to them. First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna write down the client's name. You're probably more than likely you're gonna have their phone number and you're gonna have their email in front of you on your desktop or in any type of mode or method that you're calling them. But in any case, we also have the phone number and email right here as well, just in case, because you might want to say, hey, well, I saw that you had registered on our website or this and that, or got your email from the last time we spoke. Is this still the good best email to reach you at? Anyways, we have that contact information up here at the front. The big thing that I like to lead with, after I establish that there's some type of interest from this client in either buying or selling, is I want to go directly to motivation, because motivation is the primary. If you don't know what motivates a person, you don't know what's going to move them. Essentially, motivation is key. You can understand on a scale of 1 to 10, is this motivation real? Is it strong? Is it, are they just kind of testing the water? If you ask that question up front, what has you looking to make a move, or what's got you in the market? Questions like that, they're going to tell you, well, hey, actually, we got this 2-story home, and I just had my wife just had knee surgery. It's not really comfortable for her anymore. Oh, that's a really strong motivation. Okay, we got to do something about that. I'm here to help, and you can essentially morph the conversation in that direction. Next, as we do with all of our scripts and role play, this is an incredibly important question. What's your timeline? When would you like to make a move? That way, you can structure your follow-up. If they're not ready to go right here, right now, no problem. The next steps, what stage you're going to put them into. Follow-up boss, next time that you're going to call, follow up with them. And then, of course, you always want to know kind of who else is making the move with them. Who's is this going to be, are they moving by themselves? Are they going to be moving with family? Especially if they're going to be going in on a home loan together, you want to know who's going to be on the home loan. That way you can, coordinate that, either you as the lender, or coordinate that with your lender, who's going to be, you're going to be passing the ball to. Then, from there, we need to know kind of requirements, what they're looking for in their next home. So location wise, where are they looking? What kind of neighborhoods? What type of neighborhoods do they want to be in? Do they want to be in an HOA or that sort of stuff? So we want to ask questions about location. That box is a little bit bigger because you're going to have a little bit more notes to put there. Property type, especially since you're going to be sending listings after getting off the phone with this lead, you want to know specifically, okay, are you just looking at single family homes? Are you also open to townhomes or maybe manufactured? Okay, great. And then from there, is this a primary home, a secondary home, or an investment? Price range. And then obviously with price range, you're going to talk to some people who don't necessarily know what their price range is, and that's okay. And so if someone doesn't know what their price range is, you go to obviously you're going to finish these questions, get an idea what they're looking for in terms of beds and baths. But you want to know, okay, so if you don't know what your price range is, it sounds like you're going to be using a mortgage, right? Okay, great. Okay, so you're going to be financing. Are you working with a lender yet? Okay, makes sense. I have an idea what your credit score is. Okay, great. And then last but not least, what I like to really, these last two areas, or these last two boxes, is where I like to lead or end the conversation, or move the conversation in this direction, especially because if we're talking to someone who's going to sell their home and buy a home, if it's going to be a double whammy, so to speak, then this is a perfect transition into that. And so you say, okay, so yeah, sounds good. Sounds like you got all of that. You got a kind of clear picture. I got a clear idea of what your criteria is. Tell me this, do you need to sell your home first to essentially purchase this next home? Okay, yes. Oh, okay, what's that address? Do you have an idea what it's worth? Okay, great. Hey, that's where I can help you get what you want in the time that you want. Why don't we set up an appointment, say Saturday at 3:00? How does that sound? Perfect. You transition that, and then you finish right here with next steps. You put the next steps for yourself, and then that next steps is also something that you're going to reiterate at the end of the conversation. What I like to do once I get all this information is I go through, okay, so hey, it's clear. I know what you're looking for. You're looking for a single family home, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Want to stay under 700,000 in Menifee. Okay, I think that's absolutely doable. I think we can certainly help you find what you're looking for. Sounds like you're gonna need to get pre-approved. Well, that's great. Here at Century 21 Masters, we do everything from real estate to lending and everything in between. So we'll help you get set up with that. I'm gonna have my colleague Scott Still or Blake Corkill get in touch with you here soon to set that up and get you forward with a pre-approval application. And yeah, for this current home, we'll go ahead and meet on Saturday to give you an idea of what your home can sell for, so forth and so on. So awesome. That's essentially how the conversation should go. That's essentially all the information that we want to pull. Obviously, in every conversation, you're not going to be able to pull out everything. You're going to have to kind of fill it. This is to some degree you're improvising. You are shooting from the hip based on how the conversation goes. But imagine this is kind of like playing bingo. Okay, this is kind of the format, but with just in the same way that you have bingo, you're not going to get your pieces one by one in a straight line. Sometimes the conversation organically, they're going to tell you, straight off, we need to, we're trying to sell our home here in Temecula and get closer to San Diego because of my work. And so, for that reason, I'm okay with getting a home that's a little bit smaller, two bedroom, without you even asking the question, and you just essentially play bingo and answer and fill in the blanks right here. But so that's the concept. That's how LP Mama essentially works. I think it's pretty straightforward. I don't think it's too complicated of a topic. But that said, I want to go ahead and actually role play this. I want to show you how I essentially go through this conversation, how I essentially mark off everything that I want to find out about the buyer or the seller, and from there I will log these notes into Follow Up Boss, and I'll show you how to do that. Let me do this first, just so that everyone has the document. I'm going to drop LP Mama into the chat. Yeah, let me do this. I have a PDF file for you guys that you can use. Let me drop it here in the chat real quick. Your computer, LP Mama.
Is there somewhere else we can access it?
Say it again.
Is there somewhere we can go to access it?
You know what? I'll talk to Robert and I'll make a play. We might add it to the website or something like that so that everybody can access it. I will drop this into Telegram as well, so that you guys can use it. Yeah, feel free to go ahead and actually download this right now and save it to your computer so you have it for later. Yeah, we'll work on making it a resource that's available on our website or something. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. All right. So do I have a volunteer I want to do actually essentially two types of role plays. I want to do a role play where I kind of show you how I do a follow-up conversation. If I, yeah, well, first off, can I get a volunteer? Do I have anybody to volunteer? Melinda, perfect. Melinda, always audacious as always. Okay, so Melinda, here's the situation that I want to do. I want to do a follow-up call. I know and based off the follow-up call, let's just say like we talked maybe 6 or 7 months ago. You told me you'd be looking towards next year, and that's really kind of all the information that I got from the first call, just because you were in a rush, you had to get back to work or something like that. I want you to completely role play. I want to role play this conversation. I'm going to call you, and we're going to go through this. And I want you to be obviously looking to buy, and you can be as organic and improvised as you'd like. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. So I'm going to hit you with a ring.
Hello.
Hey, Melinda, this is Hunter with Century 21. How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Hey, Melinda, I don't know if you remember, we spoke maybe, I guess it was 7 or 8 months ago, but I remember that you were looking to start looking for a home come here springtime of 2023. And yeah, I didn't know. I just wanted to follow up and reach out and see if that was still the game plan. And just curious if maybe we could help you out.
Yeah, I was actually we've been starting to look at stuff online, and I think we'll be ready in the next 2-3 weeks or so.
Ready? Oh, awesome. Ready to go ahead and start looking here in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Okay. Tell me this, what's got you guys looking to make a move here? What's, I guess what's the motivation for you?
Well, we're tired of being renters, and, we just want to have a place of our own finally.
Okay. I've got you. Hey, just out of curiosity, are you guys going to be first-time home buyers?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So this is going to be a totally new experience for you guys, right?
Yes, we have a lot to learn.
Awesome. Hey, no problems. That's absolutely where we come in and we can help you out. Tell me this, where'd you kind of want to be location-wise?
Well, we're looking in the Long Beach area and probably a couple of areas right around it.
Okay, I gotcha. And tell me this, do you have an idea of kind of what you're looking for? Are you kind of wanting a single family home or a townhouse or condo?
Well, I would say probably a single family or a townhouse.
Okay, I gotcha. And tell me this, how many bedrooms are you guys gonna need? Is it just gonna be you or?
Well, we need at least 3 bedrooms.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, tell me this, do you have an idea kind of what your price range is yet?
I really don't yet. We haven't talked to any lenders as of yet.
Okay, I gotcha. Um, well, yeah, and tell me this, so do you guys have an idea kind of what your credit score is right now? And kind of what you can do in terms of a down payment?
I think we have a pretty good credit. We'll probably do, I don't know, we probably have about 75,000 for a down payment.
Okay, 75,000 for a down payment. Okay, not bad. In terms of good credit score, is that above 700? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I would say we're like in the mid sevens somewhere. Yeah.
Mid sevens. Okay, good to know. Okay, and well, so hey, everything's pretty clear to me. It looks like you're looking for a home here and around Long Beach. Obviously, prefer a single family home or townhouse, three bedrooms. That's a minimum for you guys. Yeah, so you guys will be financing. Tell me this: are you guys ready to go ahead and maybe start a pre-approval application? We can get you set up and essentially find out what your budget's going to be concretely, and I can start sending you some listings, and we can start the search here in about 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that would be fine.
Okay. Well, hey, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually set you up with my colleague. His name is Blake Corkill. He's actually one of the top lenders on our team here at Century 21. We can do one of two things. I can set up an office appointment for you, or we can do a phone call appointment. He'll be able to get you set up with a pre-approval application. I'll go ahead and give you an idea of what your price range is going to be budget-wise and what we'd be looking at in terms of a mortgage. And we'll essentially be able to rock and roll from there. And basically within 2 to 3 weeks, we'll be ready. We'll know exactly what your budget is. We'll be able to go ahead and start touring some homes. So yeah, what do you prefer? Would you prefer to do an office appointment, or would you prefer to do a call appointment?
Call is fine.
Okay, cool. Are you available this afternoon?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay. Anytime in particular?
Probably after 6.
After 6. Okay, after 6 is good. Let's do 6:30. I'm going to have my colleague Blake. He's going to give you a call here at 6:30. We'll get you set up with that pre-approval application, and we'll rock and roll. Hey, and by the way, Melinda, if you have any questions or need anything before then, this is my phone number. You can give me a call, shoot me a text anytime. I'm excited to help you guys out. I'm excited to help you guys find that first home. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome. Melinda, great. You were if there was an Oscar for real estate role play, you would have won it. That was great. That was awesome. So let's kind of recap that conversation. Melinda is tired of renting, and yeah, anyways, she's been renting her whole life. This wants to make a first-time purchase. You'll notice there was a couple questions where I dug a little bit deeper, and I think that's really important as well. So for example, Melinda gave me a very vague answer when it came to credit score. Well, I think we have a good credit score. Well, people think a lot of things. So right there, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I really dug into that because I want to know, for example, 600 is not exactly a great credit score. I want to make sure that we're working on a credit score that we can definitely get her pre-approved and definitely have some options. And so if you notice, I dug deeper on that conversation or that point of the conversation. Price range is not clear. I will say we understood, for example, she can put 75,000 down. And now, so what this is going to look like, I finished the conversation right here. I'm going to go into a follow-up boss, and I'm essentially just log my conversation notes right here. So let's pull a lead. Let's go to, let's just pick on Jericho real quickly. So one thing also, if you didn't make the phone call through follow-up boss, but you still want to log the call and log a timestamp, log it like this. Don't log it as a note, log it as a log call. That will help out in terms of when you make a list later on and you want to see your last communication, this will log as a communication. this will not log as communication. So perfect. What am I writing? I'm writing, okay. Spoke to Melinda. They are, as planned, ready to start looking for a home now. First-time home buyers. Looking in and around Long Beach. SFH, TH, 3-2, preference. All right, let's do it like this. Preference for 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Credit score, mid 700s. 75,000 down as a down payment. Let's see, what else, other notes did I pick up? Oh, ideally ready to start touring homes here in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Ready to start pre-approval now. One thing you'll notice though, like she told me that I actually wanted to start here in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I did essentially the assumptive sales approach, where I assumed, okay, great. If you're looking here to, to start looking here in the next 2 to 3 weeks, then obviously I assume that you want to go ahead and get started with the pre-approval. I didn't really give her an option to tell me no. I said, hey, this is what we need to do. Let me set this up for you. And essentially with that, assuming the sales, I'm leading the conversation, I'm leading the client, and essentially we agree to that next step. So that's another thing. Assume your sell, essentially. Assume your sell. Ideally ready. And let's see, any big notes, other notes that I needed to. Okay, cool. Next steps. Call with Blake at 6:30. Get started with pre-approval. And just like that, I have a pretty detailed notes. I know exactly what I'm working with. Next time I come into this account, I'm just going to log the call just like this. Bam. And then I'm moving this obviously to hot. So that I'm going to be checking with this account. I'm going to be checking this profile essentially once every 2 days. So yeah, that's how the conversation went. You saw how I was essentially playing bingo, very fluid conversation. One thing that I would have liked to maybe have dug in a little bit deeper is motivation, but the motivation was pretty straightforward. Looking to rent, they're tired of renting essentially. Okay, so that's one example. Now I want to give you guys an example essentially where we transition the conversation from one of our scripts into LP Mama. Okay, and so I'm going to choose, let's go here. It's rapid fire role play. I know what script I want to work with. And do I have a volunteer to be my next Oscar nominee? Tyrone? Tyrone.
Sure.
Awesome. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go with number 24. And essentially, I want you to improvise after here. You don't have to go completely by the script. Essentially make your own scenario, but obviously be someone who's looking to sell, and we'll tackle it from there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Ring ring.
Hello.
Hey Tyrone, it's Hunter with Century 21. How are you doing today?
Oh, hey Hunter, how you doing, man? I'm doing great.
Hey, great. Glad to hear that. Hey, I'm calling because I have a qualified, motivated buyer looking to purchase in this area. However, there's not a lot of homes for sale. So I'm curious if you know anyone in the area that might be looking to sell their home and take advantage of this great market.
Wow. Unfortunately, I don't. Not at this time.
Okay, I gotcha. And what about you? Have you thought about taking advantage of this market?
No, we're gonna stay put.
Okay, I got you. All right, so no, Tyrone, I need you to give me be a client who's looking to buy or sell. So I mean, improvise after this point. After you
Okay.
tell, hey, I might be interested. Okay, because I
Gotcha.
want to show you how I basically navigate the conversation. All right, so let's go back to yeah. However, there's not so many homes for sale, and I'm curious that if you know anyone in the area who might be looking to sell their home and take advantage of this market.
Well, you know, I may be interested.
Okay, great, great. And tell me this. So, what's got you looking to maybe essentially sell your home?
Oh man, I'm tired of all these taxes here in California. We're just ready to make a move.
Okay, I gotcha, gotcha. And so, tell me this. So, where would you guys be headed if, I guess, if you're moving out of state?
Oh man, I think I want to go to Vegas.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Nice, nice. So, you have any, I guess, family out there in Vegas, or anybody you know out there already?
Yeah, I got some family members out there, but mostly a lot of my old buddies are already there. So yeah, I know a few folks out there.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. Well, hey, Vegas is certainly the place to be. Tell me this, what's kind of your timeline? I mean, it sounds like you've already been thinking about this for a while now.
Yeah, well, it's up to me. I'd like to be there by the summertime. Let's say, June, July.
Okay, I gotcha, I gotcha. Um, and tell me this, is it, well, okay, makes sense. And tell me this, obviously would be looking to sell your house here. Do you have an idea of kind of what your current home is worth? And when was the last time you got a home evaluation report?
It's been a while. I think, the last time we checked, it was somewhere around 900.
Around 900,000? Okay, very
Hmm.
cool, very cool. Just out of curiosity, what's the address on your property?
It's 1234 Main Street.
Okay, I gotcha, I gotcha. And yeah, well, how many bedrooms, bathrooms you guys have?
It's got 3 bedrooms, 2 bath.
Okay,
Nice little house here, sits on the cul-de-sac.
yeah, very cool. How long have you guys been there?
Oh wow. About 25 years now.
Wow, you guys have been there for a while. Wow, you guys are, I guess, the originals, so to speak, in that neighborhood. Yeah, I would assume you guys have already paid off your mortgage. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty close.
Okay, I gotcha, I gotcha, I gotcha. Well, cool. Well, hey, obviously it sounds like you want to get out to Las Vegas, and I'd love to help you make that happen. So why don't we do this? Let's set an appointment so I can help you get what you want and the time you want. Wouldn't that be great?
Oh yeah, that would be great.
Awesome. So, hey, what are you doing this weekend? How does Saturday at maybe 3 or 4 o'clock sound?
Sounds okay, but I got to check with the wife first and see what her schedule is.
Okay. All right. Why don't we do this? Let's go ahead and tentatively set a time for 4 o'clock on Saturday, and I'll just touch base with you tomorrow morning. I'll shoot you a text, give you a call in the morning, and just confirm. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Hey, awesome. Hey, Tyrone, such a pleasure. I'll look forward to meeting you tomorrow, and we'll rock and roll from there. Okay.
All right, you got it.
Awesome. All right, I noticed that I basically kind of well, I kind of cut the bingo sheet in half a little bit once I understood that he's actually selling and going to Las Vegas. Because one thing I understood at that point that I'm not going to be the one who's essentially taking over and helping him find something in Las Vegas. But I still essentially asked some questions that I think would be helpful. If, for example, I want to make a referral out there in Las Vegas. Obviously, if I understand already kind of what he thinks his home is worth, he thinks his home is worth around 900,000. Obviously, we'll see if the comps will match that. Obviously, he had a three bedroom, 2 bathroom. And so it's probably gonna be looking for something that's similar to that in Las Vegas. And everything else is clear to me. He's tired of California, tired of the taxes. And man, I don't blame you, Tyrone. You and me both. But yeah, timeline is summertime. Obviously, that means he needs to go ahead and get started right now. And we essentially made the next steps, set that up, and I was essentially just going one by one right here. Made all my notes, and yeah, from there it's very easy to transition the conversation and put this into notes. So yeah, that's how it works. It's obviously a little bit more of an improvised conversation. It's a little bit more fluid. It's a little bit more natural in that respect. And one thing you'll notice though is, it feels very natural in respect. When you ask questions, the people you're talking to are pretty open. In the first conversation, I asked Melinda straight up what her credit score is. And she didn't hesitate, and I think, in my experience, most people don't hesitate. So don't hesitate on any of these questions. If you think it's going to be relevant or important for you, as that real estate professional, ask the question, write the note down, and log that into Follow Up Boss for you. So guys, that's LP Mama. That's essentially how it works. It's super important. The one thing that I just really want to emphasize one more time is motivation. Make sure that you're talking about motivation on every single phone call that you have, because that gives you the power to guide your client. That gives you the power to understand if this is someone who is a really motivated client who's going to bring you money. And so ask those questions, and there's different ways to ask that. What has you looking to make a move? What has you thinking about doing something here in terms of real estate? So forth and so on. There's a million ways to ask that question, but it's a very important way, a very important question to ask. Okay, so that concludes our role play session. We got about 15 minutes left, and that's where, as we do every week, we break it down to ask me anything. Guys, feel free to ask me anything about LP Mama and anything about our technology stack here at Century 21 Masters. I'm here to help. Okay.
Okay.
Hunter?
Yep, Victor.
Yes. Hey man, how do we access this on the previous recording that we have on the system?
Oh, that's a good question. I personally don't know. Do we have Ashley or Robert here on the call still? They would know. Or Neil, if Neil's here. I don't know where we access previous recordings.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Let me email Robert or text Robert, and I'll find out about that, and I'll shoot you a quick message. Okay.
Did somebody ring?
I have a question,
Yeah.
Hunter.
Yeah, Jesse, real quick.
Hi, Jesse.
Jesse, real quick question. Where do people access the recorded sessions that we have here?
So in the resource guide, there's a page that will lead you to the events page where we currently have our recordings. If not, they're going to be on Neil's YouTube page.
Hi, how are you?
Awesome.
Good.
But
Okay.
right now we're on the events page. We're a little bit behind. I need to get them all on there, but the majority of, actually all of them are on the YouTube page. So if you go to Neil Schwartz his YouTube channel, they should all be there.
Awesome. Melinda, did you say you had a question?
I do. So if I have an action plan that I want to start another time other than today, how do I do that?
For example, when would you want it to start?
Well, like so I'm putting in past clients and an anniversary call plan is going to start, I want it to come up every year for that or for their birthday or something like that. So it's obviously not today, but I want it to be an action plan and not necessarily just a task.
Mm-hmm. And so, but you want it to fire off, yeah, so you wanted to fire off like once a year, essentially. You wanted to fire off as a task, or do you want to fire off as like an email automatically? What would you like?
For now, just a task.
Okay. All right, perfect. So this is what we would do. Not just so we're not confused right here later on. I'm going to save that. All right, so we're going to go to admin real quickly. Go to action plans, and let's go here to action plan. Home anniversary action plan. And here's what I would do. I would start it off as right now it's running immediately. We don't want it to run immediately. We're going to do this 365 days or 364 days.
Right? We have that set up that way.
Yes. Yep. And we'll do the same thing. And share with everyone. And yeah, just like that, essentially, is how we would do this. And we would just call this year 1 anniversary follow up. And we'll do it the same way. Year 2
I have a question.
anniversary. Wait, 1 second. And year 3. That's essentially the best way that you would do that. And what will happen, let's just show it real quickly. Let's go back to Jericho. And what will happen is I'll add this action plan. And so what's going to happen, it's firing off right now.
Right.
I'm not going to get the task until 1 year from now. And in 1 year, this task is going to appear. So, and when that task appears, you'll see
But
it.
if I want to change it to October, how do I do that?
Well, unfortunately, we can't make it based off of, yeah, that's one of the shortcomings of action plans right now with Follow Up Boss. Trust me, I've put in a tech request for this, but unfortunately, there's no way to make it date based. It's
So the only thing I can do is really put in a task and then change it and then put it started at that time and check it off.
Yeah. So what I would do, actually, if you guys have an action plan already in terms of with closings or dealing with your deal closings, I would add a step like this at the end of that stage, or at the point that it becomes closes, that would automatically come in here and, for example, add a tag to home anniversary plan. What we can do from there, if you're doing this already, are you guys doing anything like this already, where you have some type of closing steps and then you close off a deal?
I'm not the right person to ask that question for mine, but mostly I wanted to see if there was any way to change the date on it, because otherwise we have to go in and do it manually for the ones we're importing over. So
yeah, unfortunately, yeah, there's no way. That's one of the shortcomings for this, for Follow Up
that
Boss.
answers my question. It's no.
Yeah.
There's not.
Yeah, sorry, I beat around the bush. I didn't realize that's all you were asking.
Well, now everybody else know how to set up an action plan, but the answer is no.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. I'm sorry. Well, hey, cool. Denise, coming to you. Sorry. Can you unmute so I can hear you?
It's okay, no worries. My question is just to get an idea how everyone else does it. But like once we input our information, like how do you guys follow up with your clients? Do you just call them and say, hey, I'm putting in some information, like when's your birthday, or how do some of you guys come about getting this information if you don't get it in the beginning?
Oh, well, you specifically about birthdays and that sort of stuff?
Yeah, anniversaries and stuff like that.
Oh, that's a good question. I personally, I don't ask those questions unless they come up in the conversation naturally. Like, so for example, I had a lead today who was like, yeah, awesome. Let's set up an appointment with the lender, but not tomorrow, because tomorrow's my birthday. In that case, like, I write the note down and I put it down there. I don't organically ask. I'm curious. Let's mastermind right here. Melinda and Armin and some other experienced agents. What do you guys do? How do you guys go about asking that question or bringing that up naturally to get someone's birthday and so forth, and that information, anniversary dates?
I've gotten them off of Arch Agent. I've gotten them off of when I do the deal, the SI, statement of identity. Whenever I come across it, or like I do what you do, Hunter, if I hear them say their birthday, I write it down right away.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
That's true. Same here. And sometimes if there are people I'll just simply tell them, hey, look, I'm just updating my records. Tell me again, what's your birthday? Or tell me again, such and such a day. They'll remind you, if you know them. That's another
Yeah.
way.
For sure. For sure. Cool. All right, guys. Any other questions? Anything else? Oh, Lisa, yeah. How's it going?
Hey, how are you? Sorry, my screen is back. I'm living in a motorhome. I have a slab leak, so I don't want you to see it.
No problem.
Anyways, so when you're qualifying the sheet, I think it's great. What happens if you get to the point and they're like, oh, my credit score is I think 600, but I have 10,000 down, where it kind of is going where they might not be qualified. How do you smoothly work that without just how would that go?
Yeah, so personally, if there is even an inkling of an opportunity that they could possibly get qualified, I am putting them in touch with a lender from our team automatically. And I'm saying, hey, you know what? It doesn't hurt to find out. We don't have to pull your credit to necessarily get an idea of what your options are based off of this. Let me have an intro conversation with a lender. We can tell you what your options are. And if there's no option right now to purchase, essentially what we can do is we can come up with a game plan and let you know what's it's going to take to essentially start looking for a home and get you qualified for a home here in 3 months, 6 months, or 9 months, whatever it is. I always build in that last portion of right here, next steps. Even in the case that there's a maybe slimmer chance that they can get qualified, I'm still going to throw it up against the wall with the lenders, see if there's a way we can make some magic happen. Because sometimes I might not be seeing something that the lender might see. So, for example, the person might say, "Yeah, my credit's somewhere around like a 610, 620, and I can put 10,000 down, but." The lender might be able to say, well, what about this? What do you have a family member who would be willing to co-sign? Do you have anybody in your family who can maybe go in the loan and construct a different type of loan situation for you? They're obviously a little bit more adept in that. And so I at least want to let them fill out all possibilities. That's how I would tackle it. And if it's very clear, if the person says, we definitely need to do some credit repair, like we're not on track we can't really afford anything right now. We've already looked at our options. Okay, no problem. Well, hey, let's talk about next steps. When do you think you're going to be in a good spot? When do you expect to have your credit where it needs to be? And then they tell me, I probably need 7 or 8 months. I need to pay down this car. I need to pay down this student loan debt, whatever it is. And anyways, from there, based off what they say, I make my follow up. I write the note. Okay, I'm going to follow up next time, come April or come December, whenever it is, essentially. So, yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, guys. Any other questions? Anything else I can do for you? All right, guys. Well, hey, the LP Mama document is in the chat. If you haven't seen it already, feel free to download it, use it to your advantage. And I'll be dropping it in the Telegram chat as well. So you'll be able to find it there. And I'll get with Jesse and Robert, and we'll see about making this a resource that you guys can always locate on the website or under agent resources. So that's it for today's Friday edition of Follow Up Boss Friday, our follow-up Friday. If you guys need me, you know where to find me. You can find me on Telegram, shoot me an email at hunter@fullrealtyservices.com, or you can give me a call anytime at 951-319-2273. Guys, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Let's make some money.
Thank you, Hunter. Thank you.
Thank you, Hunter.
Thank you, Jake.
Thank you, Hunter.
All right. Thanks, dude.
Thank you.
All right, great job, Hunter. Let's go ahead and stop the recording here.